Well, after that disaster of a match against Barcelona, the squad reimbursed everybody who showed up at the game. And it was actually a decent crowd. 6-0 we lost. And there was no way in hell I was certainly going to pay that. I wasn't the one on the field. I just coached them. You know, and if they're not going to do what I say and go where I go and kick the ball to who they're going to need to kick the ball to, or, you know, rush Ansu Fati, who just rounds him like he's dodging a bull in the arena, then that's what happens. So we're not doing okay. I'd be lying if I said we were. We got Athletico today in a La Liga match that's kind of critical to us staying top 7. And then we're playing Porto in our Champions League group. We need a win if we want to stay in European football. So, you know, squeaky bun time here in Hyen. It's time to get Réal. So yeah, the board is not happy with my 6-0 loss. I can't imagine anybody would be happy with a 6-0 loss. Then again, the board wasn't happy when we drew 1-1 either. So some people, there's just no pleasing. It can't be helped. Against Getafe, we drew, and this was really kind of annoying, especially as we were a man up for the last 24 minutes, 14 minutes of the game. Harrison Marcelin got double yellowed in the space of 4 minutes. Sirac got injured in the 4th minute. He's out for 3 weeks. So he's not playing the next couple of games. We had 15 shots, 7 on target. They had 15 and 6. We had a possession advantage. We just cannot make it work for us. All of our players just had an off game. Harold was on a 5-3. Fabi was on a 6-4. I played... It's not exactly a rotated side, but it wasn't my strongest side because I've got Athletico coming up today, and then I've got Porto coming up 3 days from now. So I'm starting... Maybe not my strongest 11 against Athletico, but it's still a really good 11. And we're going to get to that match here in a bit. Currently, we are in 3rd place on 30 points. Our 16 matches played. Our 25 goals are 4th highest. Our 16 goals allowed are 4th best. 38 yellow cards. 1 red card. Robert Maria leads it with 6 goals. Frank Campos is 7.29 rating. Charles Healy Mathis, 4 assists. He's coming off injury. He's only good for about 75 minutes today. Mladen Vojinovic, best pass completion rating. Frank Campos, 3 Players of the Match awards. Mahmoud, 7 yellow cards. Turning into a good left back. He's still a yellow card machine. So, I need to double check my best 11. We're going to set the reserves, and we're going to come back with our match against Athletico in just a bit. So I, like a lot of people, am working from home, and the second monitor I use for stuff, like I have OBS open on it now, and then I've got the game over here on my big screen, I use as a second monitor when I plug in my work laptop, and it's constantly getting jostled. The camera never seems to stay in the same place. It's a first world problem, I know, but it's just annoying as heck. Today, we are playing Athletico, and we're playing our 4-2-4, of course. Seferovic in goal, Mahmoud, Barnabashvili, Joubert, and De La Vobor as the defensive back four, Vojinovic and Alonso as the midfielders, Mathis and Campos as the attacking midfielders, Smokovic and Maria up top as the strikers. Just want a good match against Athletico. De La Vobora to Maria on the throw-in, back to Alonso. Long cross, but he gives it away. Vojinovic, however, runs down the errant pass. Mathis, outside of the box. In the box, gets by the one defender. Is he fouled? And he's going to VAR. It is a penalty. Who's taking it? Maria's going to be taking this. No, Campos is. Okay. Rios on the throw-in to Guerrero. Back to Rios. To Nguyen. Back to Rios. To Nguyen. Dispossessed by Smokovic. It's 1-on-1. Cross it. Gosh. Arthur from well outside the box. Mahmoud knocks it away. Mathis has it. Holds it up. Then drives forward. He's got 3 players chasing him. Crosses it, knocked away. Rios, Smokovic runs down the errant header. Dispossessed, but it goes right to Mathis, who's dispossessed. Is he fouled again? Yeah, I got music for this. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be outside the box. No. Okay. Who's crossing this in? Campos is. Barnabashvili heads up wide left. Alonso's having a really good match. He's about the only one. Campos probably going to take off both midfielders at the half. 9 shots, 3 on target for us. Athletico didn't have any the first half. The one they got just happened. 57 minutes in, Seferovic to Joubert, who picked up a yellow. Over to Barnabashvili. To Alonso. Long pass. Smokovic got behind the defenders, one-on-one, and right at Grgic. I keep seeing that highlight from last game where Fati rounded Seferovic and got with like 2 yards to the goal and scored. And George is barking at something outside. Bring Lemaitre on for Campos. Bring Harold on for Mathis. Mathis played really well, but he's coming off injury. He was good for 60, maybe 75 minutes. I think the coaches said 75, but I don't want to push it, especially with Porto coming up. Lemaitre gets by one defender, dispossessed, runs it down though. Smokovic to Maria, who bounces his pass off. Gascon has it, but he's dispossessed by Lemaitre, who stepped in and took the ball away. Del Vobora to Alonso. Over to Vojnovic. Out for Lemaitre on the right. He cuts inside, crosses it in. Maria's there, but it's headed away. Lemaitre takes the shot off Grgic and in for the goal. Well done. That is his first goal of the season. Headed away. He runs it down. Oh, Grgic got a hand up and just deflected into his own goal. A little bit of luck there, but we'll take it. 2 minutes left in the game, and I, like a numpty, don't have a replacement for Joubert. So, if he gets double yellowed, we're really in for it. Villar. Why can't I do that? Hey, let's hit the guy who's unopposed on the back post. Gascon, a very nice goal. Villar. Back to Arovio. Up into space. He drives forward. Who's my number 17? Lemaitre. No, it wasn't Lemaitre. It was either Joubert or Del Vobora. Arovio. Up to Gascon. He cuts inside. Villar got behind the defender. 1-1 with Seferovic. And he pushes it just wide right. Dodged a bullet there. Well, we didn't get FM'd. We had a huge defensive lapse, and they equalized. And that's an okay result, really. The Campos missed penalty shot really hurt us. Let's see. Essa Mahmoud made his 175th appearance. Donny Alonso, 250th. Charles Lee Mathis, 125th. Grgic made his debut. It's really kind of annoying. We couldn't have done better against that. Okay, we have Porto coming up in 3 days. Praise Alonso because he was really good in the passing game. So, looking at the Champions League group stage, we're on 3 points. Porto's on 4. Man United's on 7. So Porto and Man United both qualify no matter what. We need to beat Porto if we want European football still. If we lose, we're out. If we draw, we're out. We need a win. So, we're going to get to that game and be back with that in just a bit. Okay. Definitely got our work cut out for us. We got Seferovic in goal, Bertosa, Barnabashvili, Joubert, and Del Vobora as the defensive back four, Vojnovic and Fabian as the midfielders, Mathis and Lemaitre as the attacking midfielders, Smokovic and Maria up top as the strikers. Fabian's actually a really decent deep-line playmaker. It's one of the other reasons I brought him in was because I needed somebody who was versatile at a few positions. So he's done an okay job for us. Conceição sends it in, but it's knocked away. Luciano runs it down back to Conceição. I the names. Good grief. And I still want to do an Eastern European Journeyman for 21. Or a single club save somewhere at 21. Mathis in the box. He's fouled hard by Larola. Why is he going to VAR? Who's taking this? Maria? Yes. And he scores. Well done. 7th of the season. Leads the club. Now we just need to hold on to it. Bertosa centers it to Fabian. Back to Vojnovic. To Mathis. Oh, Oliveira steps in front of that pass. Sends it up to Larola. He sends it all the way up to Fornals, who didn't stop running. He's 1-on-1 with Seferovic, who makes the nice block. Schubert recovers. Bombs it forward and gives it away, but the highlight ends. Oh, they lost Konsekow. The guy whose name I can't pronounce, which really doesn't narrow it down for you all. I realize that. Schubert to Lemaitre. Gets by the defender in the box. Takes the shot. Guerrero, no problem stopping that. Fornals, corner kick for Porto. Knocked away. Ortega. Back to Fornals. And Seferovic got a hand on it, but it still went in. What happened here? Ortega back out to Fornals. Is it me, or was that actually like on the ground? And Seferovic got a hand on it, and it was on the ground. It hit his hand and went in the goal. That's just weird. 1-1 draw at half. They've had 9 shots, 7 on target. We've had 5 and 4. Let's pick it up, guys. Oh, I told the guys to concentrate. They got overwhelmed. We're 61 minutes in. We've had no highlights this second half so far. So we're going to take a couple players off. Lemaitre is not having a good game, so we're going to bring Campos on. Going to get Alonso on for Fabian. Smokovic is on a 6-4. Ortega to Gomes. To Fornals. Knocked away. Vojnovic just boots it to no one in particular. Tapsoba's going to run it down. Up to Oliveira. To Sintra. Back to Oliveira. To Larola. Dispossessed. Rizzo's there. Seferovic, a very nice block. Knocked away. Campos. Driving forward. Dispossessed by Oliveira. Ball goes out of bounds. Larola on the throw-in. Bombs it forward. Well, he didn't bomb it forward, but he kicked it into space. Sintra's there. Seferovic got in between that and the post. 10 minutes left, guys. Come on. Guerrero to Ortega. Nice first touch. Dispossessed. Maria over to Campos. Up to Smokovic. Cuts inside. Rounds the keeper and he scores. That is what I'm talking about. Look, this was beautiful. Went left, pulled the keeper out, and scored. 3 minutes left. I went down to balanced. And we win 2-1 thanks to a Smokovic goal in the 88th minute. Nice. Seferovic got a 7-4. That's really nice. Okay, we received $2.7 million. The board are understanding the teams fairly progressed past the group stage of the Champions League. Well, if any team would be hard-pressed to have gotten out of our group if, they weren't PSG or Manchester. When you're fighting it out with Porto for the third place spot because the other two teams are that much better than you. I mean, seriously, this is our Champions League group. PSG, Man United. We had 2 wins. We beat Porto and Man United. And frankly, beating Man United, I'm not going to say it was a gift, but we were lucky in doing it. So the question is, we qualified for Europa League, I think. I know when this happened last time, we qualified for the Europa League, but we didn't hear anything about it. I'm going to the Copa del Rey first round draw, and then we'll figure out who we're playing ahead of that. Okay, the calendar said the first round draw was coming up for the Copa del Rey, and we're not in the first round draw because we finished high enough we don't play until later. But we are in the Europa League, and that starts in February. So we made it to the first knockout round by finishing third. So I think what we're going to do then, what we'll probably do is come back for either Sevilla or Cadiz, unless we have a Copa del Rey match in between there. You know, I can go back a year and check. Yeah, we'll have our third round. We'll have a third round Copa del Rey match in the middle of January, so we'll come back for that. I'm not a huge fan of January games, especially with the transfer window going on, but that's just me. And then we will have our Europa League knockout rounds as well. So a good win against Porto. We needed it to keep European football going. The Athletico draw, well, their coach got fired because of it, so I guess we did something right. We're still in fourth place. We're 2 points ahead of Villarreal. As long as we're top 6 at the end of the season, I'm happy with that. So, you know, I really can't complain right now. Injury-wise, we're doing okay, but we're still a yellow card machine team. So we've got $60 million to work with in the transfer budget. I highly doubt we're going to spend a ton of that. I do have a decent amount of players who are wanted. Campos is wanted. Who's he wanted by? Porto. Fernandez is wanted, but he was wanted by Granada or Zaragoza. And Smokovic was wanted as well. But why is Smokovic not showing up? Because he's no longer wanted. Okay, that's interesting. At one point in time, I want to say he was wanted by Granada. So, and generally, I don't let players go to a different club in the same division unless they're just really bad players. And then, of course, the players that people want are fairly decent players with a good future in front of them. I mean, heck, Fernandez is still just 19 years old. He's got 2 years ahead of him, and he's turning into a decent right back. So, I wish that crossing would go up. You know, a right back who can't cross is just an excuse to turn around and train him as defensive center back. So, that said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please have a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM20.